These are the 7 best and easiest passive income ideals that you can get started this year in 2024. What's up YouTube, it's Matthew here. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm breaking down 7 of the best passive income ideals to get started in 2024, how to implement them, and also potential earnings from these different types of income ideals. And so if you've ever been interested in making money on the side and having money work for you instead of you working for money, please be sure to like this video, comment down below if you have any questions or if you have any other passive income ideals to help out this community together. And please be sure to subscribe to this channel. Now, I want to preface this and say that any passive income ideal is not truly passive. There's always some sort of work up front to get started and to have money work for you. And even along the way, there's always something that you have to do, either check in, either call someone, or do some sort of work. It may be an hour a month, but there's always a little bit of work that you have to do. So nothing is completely passive. But these different ideals are passive enough where you can reap the benefits from. To start off with, number 1, I'm going to start off with a high yield savings account. And the reason why this is so important is because currently in today's economical climate, we have higher interest rates. And so the Fed has been hiking interest rates, and in turn, banks have increased their interest rates on their savings account. And on top of that, banks that are exclusively online can offer even more of a yield because they don't have the cost of a brick and mortar store. And so they carry that savings over to higher yield savings accounts. And I've been telling all my friends and family, open up a high yield savings account. And I have converted some of my family and friends to open a high yield savings account, and they have been reaping those benefits. Right now, you can find a great established brand of bank that they're charging, and they're paying now interest over 4.5%, even some over 5%. Now, my recommendation is to always make sure you pick a bank that you've heard of. There are some other random banks that offer a higher interest rate, but I never heard of them. And so if I've never heard of them, I'm never going to actually trust them. But there are some well-known bank brands that are offering these incentives. You have different companies like American Express, you have Goldman Sachs, you have PNC Bank, you have Discover, and you have different companies that you can look into to see how much they're offering for their high yield savings account. What I would do to find them, I'll just Google search highest yield savings accounts out right now, or best high yield savings account. And then you can find different articles. You can look at the different lists, see if there's any fees associated with the accounts, because you don't want any fees. Things like overdraft fees or minimum amount to open the account. You don't want any of that. And so make sure you find one, and make sure you can just separate it from your checking account. So you can have money from your checking account just go directly to that account. And so you can kind of set it and forget it and not really see it all the time because you're concentrating on your checking account. And with the high yield savings account, it's completely passive. Yes, you have to work and make money in order to put money into the bank, but once that money's in the bank, it's making money for you. And so if you have $10,000 just sitting in your checking account, just put that in a high yield savings account. And so you could be making upwards to like $450, $500 a year off of that high yield savings account. Now, the second one is obviously I have to talk about ways that I make passive income, and it's through YouTube. YouTube is still relevant in 2024. It's still going to continue to grow. There are random channels still popping up on my feed. Yes, I think competition is tougher, but YouTube is still paying a good premium for their ads and paying out their creators a good amount of money. Channels with like 100 subscribers or less is popping up on my recommendations. And so YouTube is still pushing smaller channels out there. And I think in 2024, you're going to see a rise of these smaller channels. And so if you're getting started with YouTube, this is a great year to do it. Now, with the passive income part of it, yes, it does take upfront work to make videos and to upload them and to put the work into it. But once you have a video up, you can start making money once you hit the different criteria forever. You know, I have videos that I made now 3-4 years ago that are making me money. Like, it's almost like a separate income for a video. You know, some of my highest view videos are still constantly pushing out great income. And so YouTube is a great platform to make passive income that if I stop making videos for a week, for 2 weeks, I'll still be making money from old videos. And so that's the passive part of YouTube. Now, the third passive income ideal, I would say it's not really that passive, but after the pandemic and people started working from home, more and more businesses are allowing people to work from home, right? And so I think there's been an influx of jobs that are offering people to work from their home. And so I think that's a great option for people. And so the third passive income ideal would be a part-time job that's completely remote. And I know people in my family that they can work from anywhere in the world. And all they have to do is just maybe set up a meeting and they set their own hours. And so it's super flexible too. So it's not like you have a set hours. It's like, hey, I want to schedule this time to work. And you work from the comfort of your own home or wherever you're traveling to, just from your laptop. And people are still paying good money for this part-time job. And so I think this is a great ideal for a lot of people. Now, granted, it's not completely passive, but you get flexibility, you get to work from home, and you can still make a decent income, especially with your degree. You could get like a regular job working part-time and still make the same amount as if you're going to the office every day. Now, the fourth passive income ideal is a little bit different, but you probably see them all the time. It's investing in ATMs. Yes, ATMs are still on the rise. Yes, we have credit cards, we have Bitcoin, we have electronic payments and all these jazz, but people still are using ATMs. And it's not like it drastically dropped or anything like that. Like there are still tons of activity that are happening with ATMs. And the good thing about ATMs is that, you know, they're low maintenance, right? It's like a big solid machine. You just got to set it up and put it in the right area, and you just start collecting transaction fees from that business. And with ATMs also, location is very important. You don't want to put your ATM in the middle of nowhere. You want to put it in a high traffic area or in an area where people need cash. I'm wondering even if you can make an ATM or put an ATM in another country, because that's where people use it the most. That's where I've used ATMs the most. I wonder, as like an American citizen, can you put it in the Caribbean somewhere or another place where people need to use their American debit card to take out currency in that country they're traveling to or they're visiting? Now, just looking online at the costs and how much you can actually get paid, I was looking online, like the average cost of an ATM is between $2,000 and $4,000, with machines more advanced going up to $10,000. And then looking online, doing some research, if you're able to do between 5 and 12 transactions a day, that can make you between $15 and $25 a day. And so in reality, you can make upwards to $750 a month, completely passive, just maintenance and setting up in the right location from an ATM machine. Now, the fifth way to make passive income is through real estate investing, rentals. And that's one of my passive income ideals. And so with rental properties, yes, you have to make money in order to put a down payment, or you have to put in some sort of work in order to find a deal in order to get at a discount where you can use a loan from somebody else to completely fund it and rehab it and put it on the market, rent it out, and refinance where you can get all your money back. And that's all the upfront work that it requires. But once you start collecting rent, it becomes more passive. Now, with my experience with my rental property, I've done a lot of updates up front. I was able to work in real estate and make enough money to put a down payment on. And since I've done a lot of upfront work, I don't have as many maintenance calls as someone who didn't update their property. And so updating your property is very important to make rental investing as passive as possible. And the amount that you can make, it just depends on how many properties, how many doors you get, what type of margins are you looking for. I try to aim for at least $400 per door net profit. I know that's high. Some people go as low as $100 a door or $200 a door. And that could work. But for me, for it to be a worthwhile investment, I have to be making upwards to $300, $400 net profit cash flow with my properties. And I'm able to do that with my duplex currently. So yeah, rental investing is another passive income ideal that you could get started in 2024. Now, the sixth passive income ideal I want to talk about is stock investing. Recently, I've really taken my stock investing more seriously and more methodical, more consistent, because before, just being an entrepreneur, I'm all like, I can make this much money starting a business or making this YouTube video or doing this real estate deal. But I've seen the value in stock investing recently because I did get a part-time job where I learned more about IRAs and different things like that, and saw the growth of different clients' accounts over time. And I just look at it as another savings account and something that I store away and I don't look for or look at in a lot of years. And so either having a Roth IRA and on top of that, individual brokerage account. And so what you have to do to make it passive is you have to make it automatic. So whenever you get paid, you automatically put money into your 401k. You automatically put money into your individual stock account, right? And so I have automatic payments from my checking account or my bank account over to my stock brokerage account. And I have automatic payments to pay for different index funds, ETFs, and stocks on my brokerage account. And so I have money automatically coming from my bank account over to my brokerage account, and then brokerage account twice a month buying different ETFs. And the good thing about that automatic investing is that you can buy portions of ETFs. So for example, VOOO or SPY, these are big ETF funds. You can buy portions of them. So you don't have to buy the full $300 share price or $400 share price. You could buy $50 worth of it twice a month or once a month, whatever works for you. But you just have to put it on an automatic system in order to make it as passive as possible and watch it grow over time. Now, the seventh and final passive income ideal is something completely different. You probably never heard of this passive income ideal from another YouTuber, another influencer. You probably never heard this at all. But the seventh best, easiest, most important passive income ideal is to rest. Yes, R-E-S-T. I'm not talking about sleep. I'm not talking about sitting on your couch, going through TikTok, YouTube, but true rest. Because I've noticed for me, when I truly rest, I get proper sleep. I'm not watching something until I go to sleep. I'm resting my body, and I'm also resting from social media and the internet. This creates creativity in my money-making skills. I have more energy. I just do better when I truly rest. I may be busy with a 9-to-5 job, may have children, spouses, but there's always something that you could do in order to sleep too. Sleep is part of that, but also you have just quietness and you get bored in your mind, and those creative juices just flow and you create a passive income ideal or income business. That's where a lot of success happens during those downtimes. There's actually this book, I forgot what it's called, but it talks about how we're not as bored as we used to be and how boredom creates creativity. And I don't like to call it boredom because I call it more rest. And I know I need to implement that more into my life because how much more I can 7x, 10x my business. But yeah, seventh is to rest. All right, you all, hope you all enjoyed this video. 7 of the best passive income ideals. Please be sure to subscribe, comment down below your thoughts, and I'll talk to you all later.